Yo man, I'm here with my bro Korza.
What's up?
So, where did you start?
Where did I start what?
Where did you start your hip hop industry? Your music? The one that made you feel it?
I started my music. I guess I started my music when I was about 11 years old, back in a place called Pipiwai up in the far north of New Zealand.
Where is PPY?
Pipiwai, most people know Auckland. They know Auckland, so it's probably about 3 hours north of Auckland.
And how much struggle did you have to go to get to where you are now? What have you done in between that time?
I'll tell you what, man, my music was pumping. I was getting paid $1,000 for half an hour. And then I fucking come to a T-section. I met a homeboy at a T-section. We ended up dealing some shit, drugs and shit. So that kind of took the momentum away from the music. But I never forgot about my music. I just went the other way because at the time I needed the money and I seemed to be making a lot of money.
Fair enough. So you enjoyed making that money, and this is how you continued to do it?
I didn't enjoy what I did because I lost my previous missus and my beautiful daughter to the life of a thug and doing what I do. So to say I enjoyed it is not the right question, but did I like what I was doing at the time I was doing? Yes, I fucking loved it. You know what, everyone... Myself, I'm talking about. I got caught in that frame of mind where I had that much shit left over. My wallet was full, so I just started indulging in it, and that's when shit went down. And that's when I started thinking about my music again.
So you started making music at the age of 11?
At the age of 11, I was fucking with my uncles up in church. I used to always get a smack in the head if I wouldn't sing a song. It was usually that Boys to Men. Some of that Boys to Men shit, some of that fucking How Deep Is Your Love or whatever it's called.
By the Bee Gees?
Yeah, all the aunties like to have a party every now and then. They're like, nephew, you sing? No, auntie, I don't want to sing. Uncle comes behind smacking the head, so I guess music stuck with me.
Now, between from 11 and to where you are now, what are the best things that you have interpreted to where you sit?
That's good you asked that question because the best things that I've taken on and had happened to me in my life to being 29 right now is that I experienced everything young. I'm glad that I experienced everything young, say from 11 to 20, and then another 9 years on top of that.
And well, have you performed with any other famous artists before?
Bro, I've performed with Catch a Fire, DJ Severe, The Misfits, PNC, Scribe, Savage, Morocco. Kicked it with The Game in a motel room for a little bit.
The Game?
Yeah, kicked it with that. Yeah, but they're all about themselves. They don't really give a fuck about an Aussie or a New Zealander. If you ain't a nigga, they really don't give a fuck about you. Me and Soldier, we kicked it up at the fucking Little Kim's dressing room for about 10 minutes. We done some shit.
So who's Soldier?
Soldier is that guy right there. This guy right here has he's helped me to not only not forget where I come from, but also to always remember that we're not so lucky. I've fucked with a lot of people in my journey. I've fucked with a lot of record labels. I've fucked with a lot of people, and they're all out there right now. And I could be there right now with them in motel rooms, fucking bitches, doing this, taking drugs, doing all that.
So how long have you been performing for? Like, what was the first thing, the very big performance you ever done?
I think I've been performing since I was fucking born. but only my old lady can tell you about that.
And these tattoos here on the side, what do they represent?
See, this one right here stands for money. When I wake up in the morning, all I want to see is money. And that right there is backwards to you motherfuckers. Because when I look in the mirror, let me clear that up and quote that shit. When I look in the mirror, I want to see money.
Amen.
Yeah. So when I look in the mirror, it looks good to me. But when you look at it, you think that it's a San Francisco fucking 49ers sign or something. Yeah. I got love for San Francisco.
So who else do you have to be able to turn around and say, yes, these artists I have worked with and I have proceeded to get to where I needed to be?
Fuck all, really.
Fuck all?
Because the main fucking reason is that as an industry cat, as a musician, as a rapper, I'm 29 now, I have a portfolio about that thick of my music. What's going on in the industry is a lot of cats that are coming out. They don't even have a fucking page of where they done music. They don't even have one show under their belt, but they still claim to be a rapper. Let me just clarify with you motherfuckers right now that I've got a fucking portfolio that thick and I used to get paid $1,000 for half an hour for that fucking shit. But if you go back to chapter 1 in this fucking interview, you'd realise that I come to a T section in life, which everybody's going to come to. You'll either fucking turn left or you'll turn right. I took the left turn and that's what held me up. To be honest, I would, if I didn't fuck my shit up, be up there on every big day out, every fucking groove in the move, every fucking superfest, everything. I would have surpassed that. But I have to get back to that track because when you fuck up in life, you fuck up.
So, the situations of you and your tracks. How many tracks and albums do you have? How many mixtapes do you have? And how far does your word spread throughout Australia?
I really don't give a fuck about Australia. I got 4 albums under my belt. I got at least 60 songs scattered through the fucking Australian, New Zealand nation. 4 albums, 60 tracks.
So, where do you see yourself in, well, say 5 years' time? Who do you see yourself performing with? Who do you see yourself working with? What other artists?
5 years' time. Where do I see myself in 5 years' time? Well, I'm hoping in fucking 1 year's time. I've stayed loyal to those who have stayed loyal to me. We get the opportunity to show not the world stage, but the stages that can help us, our passion, our movements, our life struggles.
And, well, no one lived a perfect life, but how hard did you struggle?
Bro, we didn't really struggle as much as my other cousins struggled because we had a family that was very tight, showed love.
If you could say anything to your family now, the ones that are back in New Zealand, and the ones that aren't able to hear this at the moment, but will one day, what are you happy to say to them?
To my family back home?
To the family back in New Zealand.
To my family back home, I say I love yous and I miss you so much, and I wish I could be back there, but for me to further myself, I have to be here.